Hey everyone, it's Jace here with your monthly update on my life. I thought because it's the last one of the year, I thought I'd just do kind of a year really review of my life, like what happened to me in 2016. And also, I've made a list of goals that I want to happen in 2017. I promise I shall try not to be too long with recapping my year. If you don't care about every single bit of my life in the year, just skip to this time code where you can just hear a summarized version. So 2016 was a terrible year. I think we can all agree on that. But for me, it didn't start out that way. It started off really, really well. I had a date, my very first relationship, the first time someone ever actually felt this way about me. It was wonderful. In mid-January, I got a job as a kitchen porter. It obviously wasn't the best job to have, but getting them monies. And if looking back, if I could just live those 2 weeks where I had a job and a relationship and I was socializing and I was getting money, if I could just live those 2 weeks forever and ever and ever, I honestly wouldn't complain. And then February happened, and that's when it all went downhill. I lost my job because I was too good at it, which is stupid, but anyway. And it was the beginning of the end for my relationship. I basically went into panic mode and just thought that we were going to break up, and that sent me into utter turmoil, and I made myself physically ill during that time. And eventually in March we did break up, but we promised to stay friends because we'd been through so much, and we were so close. We didn't want to lose each other basically, so I said that I would still stay in touch, and everything. That is not what happened. At the end of March into mid-April, generally the month of April, I obviously started experimenting with my gender. In February, I started having the first bouts of body dysphoria, gender dysphoria, and then when I went down to my best friend's house down south at the end of March, it gave me a chance to kind of experiment with things and just try and figure out what I wanted to be, what I was comfortable with. But unfortunately, during that time, I kind of had a realization that no one is going to accept me if I change my gender. No one is going to take me seriously. No one will believe me. And so that sent me into a huge bout of depression and low self-esteem, which really wasn't fun. And I ended up cutting everyone out of my life, pretty much, almost, like just not talking to anyone, including my ex, who I said that we'd stay in touch with. And so I was racked with guilt, wondering if they still cared about me, if they wondered where I'd gone, if they'd missed me. Turns out they didn't miss me at all, because I found out in May that they'd gotten with someone 7 weeks after breaking up with me, so no hard feelings there. At the end of May, I cut my hair really short, and that was like sort of the first signs that I was serious about changing my gender and not being comfortable being female. And then throughout the summer, living under the rule of my parents, it was just basically a war between me trying to express myself as masculine and not feminine, and my parents' heteronormative ways crushing my soul. So that was a fun summer. Also throughout May, June and July, I managed to get back on my feet and start writing music again. After I'd broken up with my ex, it kind of made me figure out what I wanted to say in the musical. I stopped writing it because of mental health issues, but also because I didn't know how I was going to end it. I didn't know what to say, what I wanted to say. And now I've been in an actual relationship and I've had those feelings. I knew what I wanted to say, and so during summer I just focused solely on getting that musical written and done, something I never thought I'd be able to do. But I did, finally, in July. It all got written, which was wonderful for me. Also in July, I had my first driving test, which I failed terribly because looking back now, I was not ready for it. My confidence was not there. I was a nervous wreck during the whole thing, and so it was not fun at all. Then at the end of July, I came out as Jace and as gender fluid transmasculine, because that's what I thought I wanted to be. Loads of people have been so supportive, and I'm so glad about that, obviously. And then of course, after I came out, I moved out from my parents and moved into my house in Liverpool here with 3 other people. And around August was about the time that I started doing monthly video updates, so I'd kind of gone through the last 4 or 5 months in those, so I'll try and keep it short here. Obviously, after I'd lost my job, I had to think whether I should go back to uni. I really didn't want to at the time, but then I realised I don't have a hope in hell of keeping a job for longer than 3 weeks. So I had to enrol back in uni and do year 2, take 2, and start the second year again and do music and meet a ton of new people because everyone I knew had graduated, and so I had all these new people who I'd never seen before. So that was a big challenge in September, just trying to fit in nicely with the course group and people who already knew each other. October was purely uni work. I have never focused so much on uni work in my entire life. Literally, I could not do any of my normal hobbies because I was spending so much time doing uni work. It was ridiculous. But also at the same time, I was making loads of friends, getting to know loads of people. I joined the chamber choir, which was great, figuring out my singing voice and how to use that as well. And I also made a very, very good friend, a very close friend who I thought I could trust, who I thought understood me, and we shared everything together. Obviously, by the end of November, that friendship has ended. I basically got a huge crush on this friend, and they were less than happy with that, and so they cut me out of their life, didn't want anything to do with me, and they don't want to hear my side of the story. So, oh well, I have friends on my course, I have plenty of other people to go to, so no loss there. Also, in November, I took my second driving test and failed that, which is wonderful because I actually was ready this time. I was actually really confident. It was just the driving examiner chose to do a stupidly impossible maneuver that was impossible for anyone to pull off well, and of course, I failed on that because I wasn't able to fix it. But hey, part 3 is coming up in January, so let's hope third time lucky that I can actually pass and show I can drive a car. And now we're in December, end of December, and this month's been pretty great, pretty fine, apart from the blip where I broke down because I literally lost a best friend. After that, I've gotten over it. I've figured out who I am, who I'm comfortable with. I've figured out which friends truly care about me, which friends I want to keep in my life, which friends will actually truly care about me and support me, which is great. Like, I've only known uni people for about half a year or so, not even that, 4 months or something, and it's great that I can trust so many people and that people are being so understanding and supportive of me. I really, really appreciate it. So I guess I'm in a pretty good place now. Also because of the whole blip and the horrible situation of having my heart broken, I had to come out to my parents at the start of this month, and the rest of my family, and they've taken it rather well, a lot better than I thought they would. I think they're more angry that I've been heartbroken and that I've been hurt and I've lost a friend than me actually being gay. And they used that term as well. They didn't use lesbian or anything. They used the term gay, and so I'm very, very happy with that. Obviously, I am not out with gender stuff at the moment, but one identity at a time. So, a quick summary of 2016 for me, at least. It was started well and it became pretty terrible. I lost my job. I lost the only person who ever was interested in me romantically and who ever actually loved me. And I lost my self-confidence. I felt like I had lost a lot of myself. It was very confusing. But at the same time, 2016 made me find a lot of things. I found a whole bunch of new friends now. I found a new love for academia and reading academic work and getting into the field and stuff. I found my ability to write music again, which I never thought I would do, and now I can, and it's wonderful. But most importantly, I've found out who I am, what I'm comfortable with. I've found who I can be happy with, and I'm never gonna lose that anytime soon. So, I have some goals for 2017. I would say New Year's resolutions, but they're kind of like just long term goals that I want to happen. Like a checklist of 2017. I want these things to happen by the end of 2017. So, let's go through them, shall we? Number one, pass my driving test. I've been learning to drive for 2.5 years. I've been with this instructor that I've had for 2 years this January. I have a test literally next week. If I don't pass it, then I'm literally going to have to stop because I'm ready. I'm ready. I don't know what else I can do. I just need to be confident, show I can drive a car, which I can do, and just pass the damn thing. Like, I just want this to be over and done with. I never want to drive a car ever again. So please just let me pass my driving test. That would be a wonderful start to 2017. Number two, lose weight and try and exercise every day. I've obviously, because I'm self-conscious about my body, I'm very, very self-conscious of it now with dysphoria. And so I basically just want to trim myself down. I want to lose a lot of weight around my torso and obviously my chest and my face as well, try and get a thinner face, and just try and get into a routine of exercising, because I haven't been able to do much exercise for a good couple of years now. I've been a lazy son of a bitch. And so I'm gonna plan to do some jogging every day around Liverpool and lift some weights every day, and just hopefully try and lose some weight and see how far I go with it. It's the first time I've ever been concerned about my weight and losing weight, but I'm gonna give it a go and just see if I can hold up the goal of exercising every day. Number three, draw every day, even if it is just a little doodle on the corner of a page. I'm still really, really attached to art and drawing, and it's just pained me so much that I haven't had time to draw or colour in or do anything artistically creative in a while. And I don't want to lose my skill. And of course the best people just say, if you want to get better, just practice and draw every day. So I'm going to try that as well. I'll keep a little sketchbook with me at all times wherever I'm going, and if I have any free time, just draw. If I need to pass the time away, I will draw. If I'm feeling upset, I will draw, or anything. So I'm going to try that as well. Number four, go on a date, because I want to give myself false hope that I will not die alone. This probably is the least likely to happen this year. People are confused about whether they are attracted to me. Not many people are now. So that's going to be fun. But I don't even need a relationship to come out of it. I just want to go on a date. I just want to feel like someone is interested in me romantically and just have a moment where I can feel that again. I miss it. I'm only human. I miss being in a relationship, and with it being the only relationship I've ever had in my life, it's the only thing I have to go by. So I miss the feeling of, having someone be interested in you. So I really want that to happen. It probably won't, but here's hoping. And number five, become a better person. I was going to say become a better man, but it's clear, obviously, this year that people don't want to see me as a guy. They either refuse to see it, or they forget to see it, or they're just weirded out by it. So I'm gonna have to make some changes there. At the moment, I'm still Jace, and I still use they, them, their pronouns. But I'm unsure whether I identify as non-binary or fully trans masculine. I'm still unsure about that, but I just know that my name is Jason. I like they, them, their pronouns. I don't really want to put an official label on there, but whatever. This year has definitely been a discovery year where I've definitely had to find out a lot about myself, but now I'm more confident in myself, and now I'm more comfortable with myself. I'm free to improve on myself. I am free to just be a kinder person, be a more thoughtful person, be a more responsible person, and just a smarter person, and just a better person in general, and that's what I hope to do. So those are my plans. Thank you very much if you've gotten through all of this. I hope you've all had a very Merry Christmas. I hope you've all had a decent year. I know 2016 is terrible, but I really hope that there have been some highlights for everyone, definitely. And let's all pray to God that 2017 is 100 times better. And yeah, I hope everyone has had a good Christmas. Have a very happy New Year. And I will see you in 2017. I'll be coming into the new year as Jace for the first time. I'm very excited. And yeah, looking forward to what's ahead. I hope you are too.